Okay, this is the first question, a trig graph in the control test 3 practice test. Okay, the first question is, they tell you that this one wavy function here is a cosine wave. And they tell you that g is a sine wave. Well, there it is going through 0 and 0. And then they ask you, what's P and Q? I'm going to do the easiest one first. And Q. Q is how tall the wave is, and it'll tell you whether it's been inverted or not. Now, you have to know that a sine normally goes from 0 and 0, and then 90 and 1. But hey, it's gone to 90 and minus 1. But the height of this wave is 1. So Q is 1, but it's negative 1. Now, this is a cosine wave. It normally goes through 0 and 1. But look, it's gone through 45 degrees here. Right here at 45 degrees it hits 1. That means it's moved 45 degrees to the right. You gotta know that means that P has to be minus 45. When you subtract, you shift a graph 45 degrees. You shift a graph to the right. When you add, you shift it to the left. The next question says, okay, if you know that this point A, if you know it right here is minus 22 and a half, halfway in between here, and this is 0.38, what would this one be down here? Well, it's just a question of symmetry. Look at this little triangle thing here, this little triangle thing here. Well, if it's in the middle between minus 45 and 0, the middle of 135 and 180, add it, divide by 2, you get 157,5. That's the x value of B. And the y value, instead of going up to 0.38, they said, you must be going down to 0.38. It's just a little bit of symmetry. The middle of 135 and 180 and going down instead of going up. The next question says this. It says, determine the values of x. And I did this in class. There's a much easier way to do it than the way I was thinking about it in class, where f of x minus g of x is less than 0. Well, just add g of x. And the question is, where is f less than g? Where is it below g? And you go back and take a look. Well, here's f. Well, it's below g. It's below, except right there. So at minus 22 and a half and minus 180. That's your answer. That's when f is below. Now f is above, but it goes below right here at 157,5. Between there and 180, it goes below when it's greater than that. So that's why those are your answers. In between 180 and 22, minus 22, and greater than 157, because it's not below, it's equal to it right there, same as here, but less than or equal to 180. Okay, well, that's that question. What's the next question here? It says, what if we did this? What if you shifted the graph f, that cosine graph, what if you shifted it 30 degrees to the left? Well, it's actually shifted 45 degrees to the right. To go back 30 degrees to the left, we subtracted to shift to the right. You just add 30 to it. So minus 45 plus 30, that's going to shift it to the left. And there's your answer, x minus 15 degrees. And then they say, where is the minimum for this new graph? Well, if you look back at the minimum right here, this is as small as cosine gets at negative 135 degrees. But if we just, where would the minimum go in the new graph? Well, it'd go 30 degrees to the left. Well, minus 135 minus 30, that's how they got minus 165, 30 degrees to the left. And there's your first, all your answers to that trig graph that wasn't real easy, but if you know your stuff, it's not so hard.